Hello everyone, welcome back again to Liverpool Report today. We've got the latest updates on our beloved club Liverpool, but before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Liverpool Report news. Let's get started. Juventus defender Andrea Cambiaso is among the players Liverpool are considering to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold, but they could face stern competition from Manchester City for the Italian signature if they do make their move in the summer. It now seems highly likely that Alexander-Arnold will join Real Madrid as a free agent at the end of the season. After months of negotiations, a deal for the England star is all but done. And barring a dramatic late change of heart, Alexander-Arnold will officially swap Anfield for the Bernabeu in the coming months. Losing Alexander-Arnold will come as a major blow to Arne Slot, who has made no secret of his desire to keep hold of the 26-year-old. But it would seem that tentative plans to replace him have already been drawn up. Jeremy Frimpong has been linked more and more with the Reds in recent weeks, while Connor Bradley has already impressed while deputising for Alexander-Arnold on occasions this season. But Cambiaso is also on Liverpool's radar, per La Gazzetta dello Sport, and that could lead to another battle with their old title rivals, Manchester City. The report claims that the Premier League champions came close to signing Cambiaso in January when City set about refreshing Pep Guardiola's squad. But while a move did not materialise, it seems as though there is every chance Cambiaso will move in the summer transfer window. One of the factors behind such speculation is the fact that the Italian giants just shelled out £12.5 million in compensation to sack their head coach, Thiago Motta. It's said they could now need to raise £25 million by the end of June to meet their financial targets. While Juventus would be reluctant to lose Cambiaso, there is an awareness that the Italy international would command a sum of around £50 million, given he has Premier League suitors. Manchester City, like Liverpool, are expected to be in the market for a right-back this summer after sanctioning Kyle Walker's loan move to AC Milan in January. The England star is expected to make his switch permanent, which could lead to City rekindling their interest in Cambiaso as they seek to build a squad capable of reclaiming their Premier League crown next season. Steven Gerrard has recounted how his father lambasted him for wearing a Manchester United shirt in his youth. The 44-year-old is one of Liverpool's most iconic players, spending the entirety of his career, barring one season, in his hometown. And while the idea of him ever touching a Red Devils kit would be a cardinal sin to many football fans, given the fierce rivalry between the two clubs, the midfield maestro didn't know any better in his younger years. In a section of his autobiography, Gerrard, the former Liverpool captain, recalled how his father was fuming when he spotted his son, who idolised Brian Robson, wearing a United shirt while having a kickabout with friends on the Huyton estate. He explained a mate of mine owned this Robson top, the old blue and white one with dashes on it. We were kicking about on Ironside, and I asked him whether I could be Robson for a while. I slipped out of my Liverpool shirt and put the Robson one on. It felt fantastic. I wore it for an hour, charging all over, flying into tackles, scoring brave goals, pretending I was Robson. However, Gerrard, around 11 years old at the time, noted how the mood quickly changed when his dad saw him in the jersey. He added, "Unfortunately, Dad looked out the window and went ballistic. 'Get inside now,' he screamed. Scarcely through the door, I ran into a right good grilling. 'What the hell are you playing at wearing a Manchester United shirt?' he asked. 'But Dad, it's Brian Robson's shirt,' I explained. Dad couldn't have cared less. 'You should know better. It was a United strip, and Dad wasn't having any son of his dragging the Gerrard name through the Huyton gutter.' What would the neighbours think? Honest to God, I thought I was going to have to move house. I was only a baby, but I was convinced Dad would kick me out for putting on that United shirt." After spending 9 years in the Liverpool Academy, Gerrard signed his first professional contract with the club in 1998, making his first team debut as a late substitute during a 2-0 win over Blackburn Rovers at Anfield. Over the next 17 years, Gerrard established himself as a legend on Merseyside, making 710 appearances across all competitions while being made club captain in October 2003. With 2 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, a Community Shield and a Champions League to his name, Gerrard parted ways with the club in 2015 to spend a year with LA Galaxy, retiring in the November of the following year. At international level, he also made 114 appearances for England, despite failing to life a title with the nation. In the years since, Gerrard has transitioned into the world of football management. After kicking off his career from the dugouts of Liverpool's U18 and U19 sides, he took the reins of Rangers in 2018, spending 3 years with the Glaswegian side and even lifting the Scottish Premiership in 2020-21. However, in November 2021, Gerrard returned to the Premier League to oversee Aston Villa, where he achieved a subpar 14th place finish in his maiden season. After winning just 2 of the side's first 12 games the following season, he was dismissed by the club. Gerrard's most recent role came in the form of Saudi Pro League side Al Ettifaq, signing a deal in July 2023. However, he left by mutual consent in January this year, and is yet to return to management since. Luis Diaz has not been in prolific form for Liverpool recently, but the forward did net 2 goals and provide an assist in Colombia's World Cup qualifiers against Brazil and Paraguay this month. Liverpool fans are convinced that Luis Diaz plays better when he is away on international duty with Colombia than when he is in action for his club. Diaz scored in both of Colombia's World Cup qualifying matches this month and also notched an assist. Colombia suffered a 2-1 defeat to Brazil on Friday and drew 2-2 with Paraguay on Wednesday. However, Diaz has never been a prolific goalscorer for Liverpool and has never hit double figures in the league. After scoring 5 goals in his first 5 league games this season, Diaz has managed just 4 in the next 25. Luis Diaz playing for his club versus playing for his country feels like 2 different players altogether, wrote one Reds supporter. Another said, "So Luis Diaz can score in the first minute for country and can't do that for the club." A third wrote, "He's scoring for the national team but wants a new, better contract with Liverpool FC. Makes sense." Another added, "Now watch him turn into Jadon Sancho in these last 9 games of the season for us. I challenge him to score more than 5 goals, and I'll gift a Liverpool fan the new LFC kit for next season." Diaz has been heavily linked with a move away from Anfield in the summer, with Barcelona holding a long-standing interest in the winger. However, the 28-year-old suggested earlier this month that he is planning to remain at Liverpool. When asked about the fact that he is now the 4th highest scoring Colombian in Premier League history, behind Juan Pablo Angel, Hamilton Ricard and Hugo Rodallega, Diaz told club media, "Now and again I find out about the stats when people post them on social media, but how nice it is to be getting close to such great fellow Colombian players like Hugo, Rodallega and all the others. It's a real pleasure for me to be right there close behind them, and I realise that maybe I will catch them at some point. You could say that it's another one of those personal targets that I have. I know that things are going well for me and I'm in decent form. What I want the most is to keep making history, and first and foremost, that Colombians who come over to England to play really leave their mark. That's key for us all now, to give a positive image of our country, just like they all did." Now, those of us here are trying to do just that. I'm very happy with that, and we hope to continue doing the same things in future.